The Tom Sachs and Nike general purpose shoe is expected to be everywhere this year. There's supposedly a huge amount of colorways that will be releasing throughout the year. And in this video, I got the first colorway of 2023. My name is Josh and I will be reviewing the Tom Sachs Nike general purpose shoe in the field brown colorway. So here it is, we got the shoe in the field brown colorway. This is now the third colorway we've seen in this shoe. Last year we saw the light bone colorway, which was quite a limited release, followed soon after by the sulfur colorway, which was much more widely available. I do have that sulfur colorway, which I have to admit I quite like, even though I wasn't really feeling the shoe when it first dropped. These released worldwide on February the 7th for a retail price of $110 or 110 euros, which of course is very affordable for a hype sneaker nowadays. However, it seems like this is clearly the least popular colorway to release so far, just based on what the resale market is right now on this pair. At the time of filming this video, almost every size is below $200 right now, making it easily the most affordable Tom Sachs pair to release so far. Also, what I really liked about this release and also the sulfur colorway was that Tom Sachs made it a point to have this shoe as widely available as possible, even releasing the shoe in places that you would typically never find a pair of Tom Sachs or any kind of hype sneaker. For example, in the United States, these released at Kohl's department stores. And even here in Germany, these surprisingly released at Deichmann. And for all my North American viewers out there, Deichmann is like the German equivalent of Payless shoe stores. Yeah, not a place you would ever find a hype sneaker. So I thought that was a very cool release. Let's get into the shoe, starting off with the box. Looking at the top of the box, you have the Nikecraft logo there. And underneath the box, you see the words "Own less, do more," which is honestly a pretty weird slogan, to be honest. They want you to buy the shoes, but at the same time, they want you to own less. And getting into the shoes, now the upper of the shoe is done in this special knit material. And if you're expecting this material to be nice and stretchy, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. This material is really not stretchy at all. And it's like that on purpose. It's tightly knit so that water cannot go through the shoe and into your socks. You also get some bits of suede along the mudguard, as well as on the back panel of the sneaker, where you see the Nike logo as well. Additionally, there's some TPU layers along the toe box, which does crack quite easily, I gotta say. So I have the sulfur pair right here. You'll notice the TPU layer that you see right here did start to crack quite easily just after a few wears. The swoosh is also done in TPU, and on this pair, it comes in a dark brown, a very dark brown color. It's just overall a pretty unremarkable colorway. You just have a chocolate brown upper with a dark brown midsole. I feel like if that swoosh was maybe in white or cream or something like that, it would just make the shoe stand out a bit more. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Moving down to the midsole. The midsole this time is done in a dark brown color. It is quite chunky looking compared to the rest of the shoe. And moving down to the outsole, you get this black rubberized outsole, which I do have to warn you guys about. I said this already in my review of the sulfur pair. Do not wear this shoe in wet conditions, because this outsole has no grip whatsoever when the ground is wet. You might find yourself slipping and sliding a little bit. At least that was my experience when I wore this shoe. It's supposed to be that one shoe. You don't need to own too many shoes. You just own this one general purpose shoe that you can use for anything. Turns out you can't use it for everything, especially not on the days when it's raining outside. One of the things that was a surprise positive for me on this shoe was the comfort. It doesn't look like a comfortable sneaker, but it turns out it is. There's especially a nice bit of cushioning on the heel portion, which you actually really feel every time you step in these. And then when it comes to sizing, so with all of the Tom Sachs general release sneakers so far, they have all released in women's sizing for some reason. I am normally a US 11, however, I do fit half a size lower in these. So I did go with a men's 10.5, which is a woman's size 12. For most people out there, you should be able to easily go down half a size unless you have wide feet. If you do have wide feet, I suggest sticking true to size. The upper on this is really thin, so that's the main reason why you can easily go down half a size. It's possible that even at a half size down, you might find the shoe a bit roomy, but at least for me, I think it is just the right size. To give you guys some context, I wear true to size in Nike Dunks, Air Jordan 1s and 4s and 5s, and I do go a half size down in Air Force 1s. Overall, the Tom Sachs Nike general purpose shoe in this field brown colorway, is this a cop or a drop? I gotta say, I definitely have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this model. For me, this field brown colorway is maybe my least favorite colorway to drop so far. This colorway for me on feet just looks like a pair of dress shoes, which may or may not be a bad thing. If you're someone who likes to wear a lot of dress shoes and then you want something a bit more comfortable, you can maybe switch them out for these. This is a model for me really depends on the colorway. I really, of course, like that sulfur pair. pair. I wasn't a huge fan of that first colorway. To me, it looked like something you would find at a Nike outlet. And even if I look at some of these upcoming colorways, there's nothing really that's too exciting for me. For me, this field brown colorway, I'm just not feeling it, so I gotta give it a drop. But as always, that's just my opinion. I'm one guy on the internet. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of this shoe? How does it compare with some other colorways? And how do you just like the Tom Sachs general purpose shoe overall? Let me know down in the comments. And by the way, if you haven't already checked out the podcast, make sure you do so, the Kickback Pod. I just had Sean Go, who I'm sure a lot of you guys know, another sneaker YouTuber. I had him as a guest on the pod. There'll be a lot more guests in the future. So make sure you check it out. And while you're at it, check me out on Instagram as well as TikTok. That's where I'm dropping a ton of content pretty much every single day. So if you want to keep up with me, make sure you follow me on those platforms as well. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.